AOA podcast. We might make this a new thing where Frank strums a tune over the reading of the topics. It's very soothing.
Why not?
I like it. On this episode,
Can we get copywritten, like stricken down?
Well, don't play it so good. You know, don't make it sound so like, you know, so perfect. Prince Andrew cut out of the will. No cowbell for him. Am I right, people?
That's the only cure I hear.
The Oscars recap. Boy, we got a lot to do there. Elon is building his own city. Speaking of recap, Last of Us recap series finale was last night. Madeleine McCann, we have a DNA update there. There's a CNN shakeup. There's a Playboy comeback. There's a Buffalo Wild Wings lawsuit.
What?
Jay Sams wants to talk about growers versus showers. Frank is here.
Who doesn't? Am I right?
That's a podcast. How you doing,
what happens
dog?
is, ever since I moved my guitar down here, we're stuck with it now.
Yeah, no, I like it though. I like listening to you just strum.
Yeah, every time I had it upstairs, and I would play it up there. But now that it's next to my podcast area, is what it is.
It's good. It's very soothing. I like it pre-show when we're gathering our stuff. It's very good.
Got some new people in the chat. Mojo, Chris Feldhausen.
Hello.
Feldhausen. Hello.
Any relation to Marty Funkhauser? Because feels like you guys would know each other. It's a Curb reference, Frank. I forget. I always forget that you don't watch Curb Your Enthusiasm.
I know who Funkhauser is.
Marty Funkhauser. Listen, Prince Andrew. Plenty to talk about here. It was such a big story over the weekend. We did a blog about it. Link in the description below, or you can go to anthonyonair.com, check out our blog section. But there's
blog, you say?
Yeah, there's two big developments with this, and that is that he got cut out of the will.
Right.
So everything that the Queen left behind, not going to Prince Andrew whatsoever. And King Charles said no to something that Prince Andrew wanted, which I'll share with you after we go through the will thing. I found it pretty interesting, so we'll...
Is it a 110th teddy bear?
No.
Okay.
No, I did reference the teddy bear in the blog, though, because...
How could you not?
How could you not? Exactly. That's exactly what it is. How could you not talk about that stuff?
Biker in the chat. What's going on? Or Bike Miker. Either way.
Good name. Welcome,
Funky
everybody.
Monkey. Yeah. Sorry, I keep cutting you off.
No, it's okay. So Queen dies, has over reportedly $780 million. And she leaves it all to King Charles. Right. And the reason why, as we go to find out, is it's tax implications. If money gets left from monarch to monarch, it doesn't get taxed.
Aha.
If she leaves it to Andrew, I forget what the other one, Edward maybe. There's a couple of other siblings.
I don't think it matters.
She leaves it to them, taxed. So if she leaves it to King Charles and then he gives it to whoever he wants, that's fine. Which is what's happening.
He doesn't get taxed for giving it to whoever?
No, because it's part of the pay for being in the royal family. I guess he could increase their pay or, give them a one-time whatever. But if it came from the Queen to Andrew or the Queen to Edward, there would be tax implications on it. But because it rolls from the king, it's a different thing. So she leaves all the money to King Charles, avoids paying all this crazy taxes, over $780 million. It's basically up to King Charles to distribute it to the rest of the royal family. He gives Andrew none of it.
Good.
And supposedly Andrew was so butthurt by this that, he's up in his little house there, Harry and Meghan's old place, crying his eyes out, saying the quote is that he was bewildered as to why he was being treated this way by his brother.
Take a wild friggin' guess.
Right.
What do you think? You creepy bastard. What are we talking about here? Of course.
You creepy old weirdo.
I don't understand. What does he think it is?
There's something though to the arrogance of all of this, of like how he just completely and totally expects to be cut in on all of the normal things that all of the other royal family members are receiving, despite the fact that his association with Epstein and his settlement with Virginia Giuffre, like, that doesn't even exist.
I mean, he reads the paper, right?
Yeah, right.
I don't know if he's up on the latest about what's going on with himself, but yeah, that's why, buddy.
But you know what's weird though? I think when you tell a lie for so long, you start to believe it.
I guess, but come on, dude.
He's out there trotting out that he's innocent and trying to push that narrative on everybody so much so that I think when something happens where he's like, wait, why didn't I get this? He's completely forgetting the idea of, well, because you're a fucking pedophile, allegedly.
Yeah, that's the reason.
I
mean, I can't think of any others. If he wasn't that, then I'd be like, well, you have a case.
Right.
But that's the big one.
So now he's at a situation where he's got to go to his brother for whatever it is that he wants, right? And the last thing that he asked for, King Charles said no to. You want to take a stab at what it is?
What would he want from King Charles? What, to be at the inauguration and whatever it's called?
The king inauguration.
Is that what it's called? What the hell is it called?
Coronation.
I don't know if it's called inauguration. Coronation. Thank you.
Yeah, and no, that wasn't it. That's a great guess, though. Yeah, no, I don't think he's going to be allowed to go to that. They still don't know if Harry and Meghan are going to go. No, ridiculous.
Is it allowed to be on a piece of property? Okay, it's a ridiculous thing.
Mm-hmm.
A sash that says Prince Andrew. I don't know what the hell could it be.
He asked King Charles to pay for a live-in spiritual guru with a monthly cost of $38,000.
What?
$38,000.
What? Nothing against spiritual gurus and all, but that's pricey.
And was pissed.
I feel like if he goes down to the corner, he was pissed that he couldn't get it. God, I interrupted your joke. I would love to have heard that conversation.
Why, Charles? Why can't I have a live-in spiritual advisor?
Do you hear yourself? Do you hear what you're asking for? How am I supposed? What are you talking about? How about another lawyer? Pay for another lawyer.
Yeah.
A spiritual advisor. What's he going to advise you to do?
I mean, think about
have a spirit.
Yeah, think about the gall to be like, you know what I could use is a spiritual advisor. Let me get one that lives here. And I guess 38 grand's not a big deal.
For two things. One, 38 grand, it's a bit pricey for I would imagine, for that kind of work, maybe. I feel like there are mediums that do that kind of thing. If you're not in the royal family, probably for less. Two, he has his own money, doesn't he?
Not a lot of it. Yeah, no, he's close. He's, broke for you, broke for him, is probably still wealthy for most people.
I mean, he can't just go to the corner and a big neon sign that says psychic. What, $50, $60 a pop every time you do that?
What I want to know is what happened to Cleo. Remember Cleo? Remember Call Me Now?
Miss Cleo.
And that girl?
Those are the days.
That would have been my response if I was Charles. I can't get you living one, but I'll get you a prepaid card to Cleo.
Yeah, right. She'll be on the phone whenever you need her. You just pick up, you call this number, boom, you're connected.
Call her now. She says it. It's right there in the title. Yeah. The fucking balls.
I don't understand. Yeah, how do you ask for something so outrageous and expect to just be handed that? Even if you were in good standing.
Right.
Like if you were a model member of the royal family, how do you justify $38,000 a month for a spiritual guru? Let alone this asshole asking for it.
A little too late. He needed that shit fucking 25 years ago.
Yeah, you need a little help back in the day. That is insane.
Love to
know all this. I wonder how that gets out.
You know what? You know what it is? It's so this particular case, a source told the Sun, and how it gets out is he goes, I'm really upset about this, and gets a friend or somebody who works for him to fucking leak it to the media because he wants everybody to know he's being treated unfairly. That's how it gets out.
This is, you think, him trying to gain sympathy?
1000% him going like, I don't know why my brother's treating me so unfairly, and I'm getting cut out of the will, and let me,
He won't let me get a spiritual. He won't let me get Mike Myers from, what was that? The Love Guru or something?
Love Guru. Yeah. Yeah, because he's probably thinking to himself, let me get this to the people and they'll see just how poorly I'm being treated. Because I bet you, I mean, first of all, that's a delusional way to go about the world. But I bet you that there are still a few hundred, if not 1,000 people that support Prince Andrew. That probably believe him.
That bucket, though.
Oh, totally. But I mean, here's the thing, though. When you get up in the morning and you check your social media, or you go to royalfamily.com to see what the message boards are saying, you're gonna cherry pick those few people that are like, I think Andrew was innocent, or I feel bad for Prince Andrew. He's got nothing now. Like that's what probably is sticking in his head.
Even if that's the case, I feel like even those people would be like, you want how much for a guru every month? What? Just become an alcoholic like the rest of us. What's the problem? You gotta.
Yeah, but I think it's like how people fall in love with
ridiculous.
With murderers in prison. Like everybody still, you can't get everybody on one side.
I can never. I'm trying to think of one thing that everybody in the world agrees on.
The closest. Hitler was an asshole, and that's still not 100%.
Even that.
Yeah.
Even that, you got people like Kanye saying the opposite.
Yep.
How could you not agree with that? Oh my God, the ocean is or the sky is blue. I'm sure in some places, it's not. People can be like, oh, see the little green over here. It's like,
we still just got past the flat Earth people. I mean, I don't think we're still out of the woods. I think there's still a couple of those guys running around.
There's a lot of them, more than you think. It's really sad.
Yeah.
There was a video. There's a video going around. It's the flat earthers accidentally prove the Earth is round. They spent like thousands of dollars on this equipment to send a beam of light from one. They like cut a hole in a thing and they send the light to the other hole and they measured it off the ground. It's exactly like 5 feet in the air, whatever the hole is. Sends it from one glory hole to the next, 5 feet off the ground. And they accidentally prove that the beam of light didn't connect with that hole because raise it up a little bit. So they raised it up and now it's going through. So they accidentally proved that the Earth curves
because it curves.
And I'm like, oh,
so stupid, so fucking stupid.
I can't. It's unbelievable. That's the kind of people that just hold everything else back. Like we're crawling because we have to drag these people along with us.
Yeah.
And it's sad.
That's why they call them knuckle
I know
draggers.
everything. It's yeah. It's just there's some people that are just behind and everything, like supporting Prince Andrew. Stop. You don't. He doesn't.
I'm telling you, they exist. I don't know where they are. I haven't seen one, but I'm telling you, I know they are out there. Speaking of supporting, appreciate everybody who supports this podcast. Make sure you become a member if you haven't already. Join now for as low as $2.99 a month. Helps us defray the cost of doing the podcast here. And we throw some exclusives, get some people on the show. 420 shows coming up. We'll do that again, which will be a lot of fun. On top of just liking and subscribing and sharing and all the other things. Become a member. It's a good time.
It is a good time. I can't. 420, right around the corner. It's like a month away. Pretty great.
Becoming a member is like a digital glory hole. Come put your member in our digital glory hole of a podcast.
Oh yeah.
You get as much satisfaction. What?
I was looking. We were cut up highlights over the weekend, and I don't know. Oh, we were arguing about the Dave Matthews. We were arguing about the Dave Matthews lyrics, and Janine at one point just goes, "Huh?" And it was the fucking funniest thing.
You just zoned out for a good 5 minutes.
Not even like Frank and I are just going back and forth over the stupidest Dave Matthews debate, making no sense. Janine goes,
"Not at all."
Huh? It's great. It was great. That highlight is coming.
That's as much.
You know what I was doing, right?
As that deserved.
I was making fun of my husband every conversation that we have.
Is that how he says,
After
huh?
I say something, he goes, huh? To me. Okay. Whatever. You know.
Has he learned the Dave Matthews song yet?
No, actually, he was learning John Mayer.
Is he even aware of the challenge? Is he even aware of that challenge that we put? I don't even think he knows about it. Okay.
Before we get into the Oscars, how many times does your significant other talk and you discover that you're not paying attention? And then at the last minute, at the last 3 seconds, you get the last couple things they say, and then you go, well, that's kind of crazy. And then they just keep going. You're like, oh man, I got by that one. How many times do you do that? Be honest. Be honest.
What I do is I zone out, and then I'll I think he says one thing and he does not say that at all. And he's like, where did you get that from? I'm like, you just said that. And he's like, I did not say anything like that. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Which I have to say is very weird because your roommate does not tell very long stories. I feel like if you can't hang on for like 2 or 3 sentences that he tells at a time, you're right. I feel like your roommate, he does not go on and on.
No,
like if he wants to tell you something, it's done in 3 or 4 sentences.
And you know what? That annoys me even more because I'm a person who I need to know every single detail, and then I'll keep asking questions, and then he'll just get so annoyed with me, he'll stop telling me what he needs to tell me, and I'm like, why are you not telling me? Well, why do you need to know everything? I'm like, because you're literally telling me a story. Because I'm the opposite. I tell you every single detail down to the little what color underwear she was wearing, whatever the fuck. Because I think everybody wants to know, right? I think that everybody wants to know every single detail like I do, but they don't.
Correct.
But I want to.
I remember.
He was not listening just now either.
No, that's crazy.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, unbelievable.
No, you're right, because I will say that is something that my wife does too. She will be like, she'll tell a story, but her aside will be like just at like, and then Kathy walked in, and then Kathy was wearing those red shoes that I told you about last week that I didn't really love. When she wears it with the black jeans, but when she wears it with the blue jeans, it works a little. And I'm like, all right, I forgot where we were originally. I don't know what happened there. So I get that a lot.
Okay. Huh?
Women, I think women.
This happened to me once. Back.
I'm sorry, Frank. Sorry, you go.
I'm in a major delay. I'm sorry.
You are.
So back in college, I'm on the phone talking to my girlfriend at the time, and I fell asleep. I'm literally I'm lying in bed and I'm talking to her and I passed out.
I remember this.
And I hear from the other side of the phone, I hear, "Hey!" I go, "Yeah, what?" And she goes, "Did you fall asleep?" And I went, "No, I hit the mute button." And I'm so surprised I came up with that. Coming out of a cold sleep, I came up with, "Yeah, no, I hit the mute button." She bought it. That was a good one.
I
can't believe I got away with it.
You. I am shocked that you lied.
That was the last time he lied.
What?
Probably.
That was 19-year-old Frank. I was a child back then.
Yeah. Slaying so much pee. I know.
No, but you know, it's funny. My wife will give me all the tiny little details, and that's because I think that's the investigator in her. That's the woman investigator thing. Like they just
guilty.
You guys just track all the details. But we'll be having a conversation, and then I'll be like, "Okay, we can go, but I don't want to get there late." And then she'll just be like, "But you have to be on time because I don't want to get there late." And I'll be like, "Okay, what was the last thing I just said?" And she will have not heard me say the thing.
To be fair, it doesn't matter that you say you're not going to be late. You're probably going to be late. So as many times as you could get that into the conversation.
That was just an example. Shut up.
All
right, Oscars. Let's recap them. There's so much here. Did you guys watch the Oscars?
I did watch some of it.
I watched a lot of clips of the Oscars.
Okay.
I did not watch them as it was happening.
All right. I mean, you know.
There's a lot to unpack here. I guess let's start with Jimmy Kimmel. What did you think of his hosting prowess?
I thought he was
fine.
Little... Go ahead.
What?
A little boring.
Yeah, I thought he was good.
Nothing remarkable. Nothing outrageous. Noteworthy. It was like one or two things that were noteworthy. Like when he was in the crowd talking to everybody. That wasn't terrible. That was fine. His joke about Will Smith. That was all right. Other than that.
I thought his best bit came when he was ending the show. He walked off the stage and there was a little board over there and it said number of Oscars without incident, and he just flipped the 0 to 1.
Yes, I did like that.
That's funny.
I did like that.
And then he thanked the crisis team on the way out too, which I thought was hysterical because that was the dumbest thing I'd ever heard of, that they had a crisis team.
What did the crisis team look like? Were they were they just ordinary people in regular clothes, or was it like a SWAT team? What were we looking?
I don't know. I didn't see. So I watched the beginning of the Oscars, then I went to The Last of Us for an hour, and then I went back to the Oscars. So I missed a easy 50-minute chunk of the middle where I don't know what happened.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
But by the way, I didn't miss a single important award. Like I caught all the important awards with that 50-minute chunk in the middle missing.
Yeah, no, it was a big what a night for, classic actors and new actors. Like it was like, I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis should have been in the business for 40-something years. Then you have both Brendan Fraser and I can't remember his name for the life of me. This is like the third time I tried to get his name and I can't do it. The supporting actor.
The Asian guy?
The Asian. Yeah. Just say the Asian.
Say the Asian guy. That's fine.
Nobody knows his name. I don't know his name. But
Ken something.
Two actors that were late 80s, early 90s disappeared for a long time and then came back.
Yeah, that's true. They were, because he was in Raiders of the Lost Ark, right?
No, he was in the Temple of Doom.
Oh, Temple of Doom.
Very close. And he was in the Goonies.
In the Goonies. He was in that too.
He had a small role in Encino Man with Brendan Fraser.
That's the crazy tie-in to me. I mean, I had forgotten that he was in that.
Yeah.
His story is wonderful, though. He literally was like, everybody forgot about me, and I just drifted off the face of the earth.
Yeah, where was he the last 30 years?
I think he got a real job because he...
Oh, really?
Yeah, he wasn't getting roles or anything.
Now I'm waiting for next year. I'm waiting for the best actor to be... Remember the guy from The Cosby Show that was packing groceries? And that was a big story a year or two ago?
Yeah.
I'm waiting for him to be best actor now because bringing people up from years ago.
It's just comeback city basically. Everything Everywhere All at Once won a lot of the awards. Director, picture.
We have to talk about this movie.
I haven't seen it.
Okay.
You've seen it.
I have no.
Okay.
I never see any of the these best movies of the year. But I was like, what the hell is this movie about? Because it was like all Asians and then Jamie Lee Curtis. And I was like, what could this movie be about? So I go and I search it and I read it and I said to my husband, let me just tell you the
wait, don't tell me. Don't tell me.
No, I didn't tell you. But
I like to go in fresh.
Tell you. I go, let me just tell you the synopsis. So I tell him, he's like, what? I go, let me read it again. He's like, what? I said,
huh?
Are you listening now? Or what? No.
Huh?
And he's like, I was like, I have to see this movie because it just, you don't know what it's about at all?
No.
Frank?
No.
What about if I just tell you what it's about?
No.
Can I just say this? 45 minutes into watching that movie, and I had no idea what it was about.
So my friend, who's a big, watcher of these award shows, she said she saw that movie 3 times in the movie theater because the first time she didn't understand it, and the second time she said that's when you get it, and then the third time she was like, I just wanted to see it again.
It deserved to win. Like I thought that was
really.
Yeah, I really, really did. The only other my feeling on it was I think. No bullshit. That was the best movie of the year, but I thought Top Gun might have won because I really feel that Top Gun saved movies. Because it was so good and that was the movie that everybody saw. Almost nobody saw Everything Everywhere All at Once. You got to be a real film
I know.
nerd.
That's why I'm like,
yeah.
I never even heard of it.
I feel like
before.
A lot of people saw that. It was all over. It's on streaming everywhere. It's all at once. But it was. I feel like that was around. A lot of buzz around it too.
There was a lot of buzz around. I only saw it over Christmas break because I was like, oh, I finally have time to sit down and watch movies. So I want to see what the buzz is about. So but that's late in the game. That it was already around for like a year or 9 months, by the time that I got to see it.
Right.
So, but it was worth it. I was going to say, if you get a little fucked up and watch it, because then you'll really be like, it will blow your mind then.
All right. Whoa. That, and I'm sure Maverick probably the same. A Top Gun Maverick's probably the same way. Get a little fucked up and watch that.
Yeah.
How many of the Best Picture nominees did you see?
That is an excellent question, Frank. I saw Top Gun.
Read them to you?
Yeah, you got them? Good.
Top Gun Maverick, Women Talking.
Nope.
No.
Didn't see that. Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Nope.
Yes. Anthony saw that. Okay.
Yeah.
The Banshees of Inisherin. I saw that. Very good.
I didn't.
That was a really, really good movie.
Nope.
Triangle of Sadness. I saw that.
Nope.
It was okay. Wasn't great, but it was good. The Fablemans.
Yes.
You saw that. And you didn't think
I love the Fablemans. It's boring as fuck, though. I mean, it really is. Unless you just have a hard on for Spielberg, which I do. I couldn't see the appeal for that movie for anybody else.
I didn't even know they remade this one, All Quiet on the Western Front. I didn't know that was a.
Yeah.
That was out.
I didn't see
Avatar.
I saw it.
Didn't see that. Didn't see All Quiet. Elvis. Didn't see that one.
I saw it.
I didn't see it.
Jay said. And
nope.
Tar.
I didn't see any of them.
I didn't see Tar.
Okay. Those are the best pictures. Banshees of Inisherin, I thought was really good. Triangle of Sadness was good. Didn't deserve to win, of course, but it was still good. But Maverick was really good, I thought.
Brendan Fraser won for The Whale. Did you see The Whale?
No, that's on my list but I know I'm gonna cry. I just know
not nominated for Best Picture. That's
I know,
weird, right?
Just him. It only he was from the beginning. They were like, he's gonna win for Best Actor, and it was never close for director or picture.
Oh, really?
It did it won for makeup though, I believe.
Yes,
makeup and hair or something.
Yeah. Did you see Brendan Fraser's acceptance speech?
Two things.
It was fucking terrible. It was awful.
He seemed like
it was a lot of
nervous, right? Like,
Very.
Of course, he's always whenever he gives any kind of interview like that, he's always very like when he won. I think did he win the Golden Globe? I think it was, or the People's Choice or something.
Or SAG or something.
It was the same energy. He was up there like.
Really? Oh yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Same like stuttery kind of like nervousness, and that it sounded normal to me because that's the way he sounds. He reminds me, just the way he looks. He reminds me of your brother, Janine.
Really? That's really okay.
You don't get that? You don't see that?
Mm-mm.
In the face, Brendan Fraser? No. All right.
Has he ever gotten that before? You should ask him.
I think it's the crazy bloodshot eyes. That's what you're getting at.
He's got the kind of the bulging eyes a little bit, and I think he's got the face. I think your brother can pass for his brother.
Really? Okay.
Like if you told me you were related to Brendan Fraser, I would not. I'd be like, yeah, maybe.
I don't know. I just thought for somebody who is I've heard interviews with him, and even that last speech, he was nervous, but at least he put it together. This one, he was like, whale of a heart this, and, dolphin fin high five. I don't know, but he was coming up with all these weird kooky puns. It didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, he was like, everybody's pumping air down to me with the hose. And I'm like, all right.
Yeah, just shut the fuck up.
You know what, though? You're won an Oscar. You're allowed to say whatever the hell you want. You can get away with crazy stuff.
Go up there, hold the thing, go, anybody can do this. Just never give up on your dream. Thanks, everybody, and fucking leave. That's all you have to do for me to love you.
No, because you're going to piss off people if you don't mention them.
Ooh.
You got to mention your family. You got to mention your agent. You got to mention the director, the producers.
Can I tell you something? I think Wives took a real backseat this year. It was... a couple of speeches, they were like, my wife, I want to thank my wife, but I really want to thank my inspiration. And I was like, oh, buddy, that's not the way to do it. That is not the way to go.
Ooh, no.
There was like 2 or 3 of those, Even Brendan Fraser hugged the shit out of his kids. Was that his wife next to him? He didn't really give her a lot of love and attention, I felt.
I think because of last year, the whole... Jada Pinkett, they were trying to ease off the wife stuff, maybe.
Put the wives in their places? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, whoa.
That's not what I'm saying. It is absolutely not what I'm saying.
Absolutely not what I'm saying.
Hugh Kwan is the guy.
Okay.
Awesome. Now, you saw the movie. How good was he in it?
Oh, he's fucking fun. Him, the lead girl, he won for best supporting, deserved it. The girl who won for best actress totally fucking deserved it. She's my wife and I were talking about it, by the way. She's up there doing her acceptance speech. We're like, this girl is beautiful, and she's what, 60 something, 50?
Get out of here. You stick it in her?
Yeah, oh yeah, 100%, 100%. I said to her, it's very bizarre because she has it's one of those things where. You look at her nose, and it's like, You look at all her little individual parts, and it's like, but she's got a presence about her that is very beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a good-looking woman.
He's so cute, that guy. What's his name? You just said it again. Kim? What?
Joaquin Phoenix. Oh, Hugh Kwan.
Okay.
Hugh Kwan. He was taking. You got to see his Instagram page and everything. It's just him taking selfies with everybody at the Oscars. It's just him and all these other famous people.
How old is he? Because he's fucking adorable. If he's over 60, you know what's going to happen, right?
My guess is 50.
Why don't you two pussies have your little cry fest and tell everybody how much you cried on each other's shoulders over him hugging Harrison Ford?
I did not cry. Stop it. But that was come on. How cool was that? It's like they knew he was going to win, so they put Harrison Ford up there.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, when Harrison Ford gave him the Oscar and they hugged and everything, it was a moment because how many 30-something years ago they were in Temple of Doom together. That was, and they have those 2 pictures side by side.
Right. He
was something.
He just seems like a really happy guy. Like He
does.
He's never gonna get angry. You know, he reminds me of. He reminds me of my little Asian friend. Doesn't he? A little bit.
Yes.
Because he never gets angry. He's always happy. He's always smiling. And he's so cute. He's just so cute.
I will tell you,
he's awesome.
With Key and your friend, I look at them both and go, you should be far more angrier than you actually are.
Right.
Like, I don't nearly have half the problems you have, and I'm much more angry than you guys are.
Right. Right.
What problems are they? What problem?
Wait, how old is he? Okay, hold on. I'm going to find out. He is born 1971. So he is 11 years older. So he's 51.
There you go. I said 50, 51.
Cusp. I don't know if that's old enough for Frank. What do you think?
No.
He's got black hair. That's another knock against him.
He's not old enough. He's not old enough, but he's cute. I didn't think he was older than that, though.
The thing is like anybody else with his setup in life would have been a drug addict or would have murdered somebody by now. And he's like, look at me now, I'm back and I'm still happy and this is great.
Right.
Well, that's the thing. He was a child actor. And we'd all know the stigma about being a child actor. He kind of, I guess, because he made it out of there, he stopped acting for a while. So that helps, I guess.
That helps a little bit.
Fell out of it for a while.
Speaking of a wonderful person, let's talk about the piece of shit that is Angela Bassett.
Oof.
Whoa, bringing the heat.
I like Angela Bassett, but I will say, when Jamie Lee Curtis got announced as the winner, she looked really pissed off and annoyed.
She was salty as
I would call her a piece of shit.
Wow.
I would call her a piece of shit. I mean, you're allowed to be mad. I
Mm.
mean, I guess the nice thing to do would, congratulate. But hey,
well, not even that.
You're gonna be pissed.
You can't look pissed off when they zone in on your face because you know that they're doing it. So when people are visibly mad, it's kind of like an FU because you know you're going to be shown.
I'm with J Sabs. I'm on team J Sabs.
No, I get it. You're allowed to be pissed for you're nominated for an Oscar, and
How is Jamie Lee Curtis in that movie?
Say that again, Janine.
How is she in that movie?
She's great.
People did say she was really good in that, and I was like, really? Because she's not in Halloween, so it's like a different,
Yeah.
She should have won for Trading Places.
I agree.
No, she should have won for the movie where Arnold. What's it called?
Oh, True Lies.
I love that movie.
Totally. That's true. She was great in that. Have to admit.
Yeah.
She was
just like
as
her
the well, she didn't really like that role of I don't know what's going on, but then she gets into it. Like that was great. She was great.
That might have been Arnold Schwarzenegger's best movie too. I mean, not for nothing.
Yeah.
Terminators?
I mean, the Terminator, he just kind of, I'll be back. He doesn't really do much.
Oh, you mean his best role?
Yeah, he's fucking moving scenery. Like, I think that's his best role, and also it's the best movie that I mean, maybe you could argue like Kindergarten Cop or something. That was a great movie.
He's got a lot of
was good too.
Predator.
What? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, Angela Bassett. I'm with Janine though. You know the camera is on you, and if you're giving attitude in that moment, that's a fuck you.
Right.
It
is.
What would you do if you were there, and the camera's on you, and they just said someone else's name?
I would be like,
would you do something funny, or would you just
Yeah, me too. Because everybody in Hollywood would know that I'm a funny person anyway, so I would have to do something like just with the.
But you know what though? You'd be criticized for that.
I know.
Because you'd be taking the moment away from everybody. Would be talking about you instead of the winner.
Good, and that's how it should be. Even in my Hollywood fantasy, it better be all about me.
Would you pull a Kanye, go up on stage? I'm gonna let you finish. But Angela Bassett should have won this award, hands down.
Right.
No, I'm a big fan of Jamie Lee Curtis, especially because like that interview. I think I talked about this. The interview she gave not that long ago, where she was like, "I was selling yogurt that helped you shit," and
Yeah,
now
it
I'm
was
like,
hysterical.
yeah, and I'm like, that's fucking great. Like she did have a little comeback herself.
Well, and you know what, too? She
That's true.
really, first of all, I really think that she loved making this movie with these people because it seemed like she was so happy for them,
Yeah,
for them to win. And she was, I think she was very humble about winning because she was like, I got an Oscar. Like, mom, dad, come on, she's been there for a long time. And finally,
she grew
hold
up in
on.
the business. She was
Yeah,
born into it, right?
right.
So it's like crazy that she's been.
She's in a lot of movies, and it's one of those. How many serious Oscar-worthy movies has she been in?
What, you don't think
know?
Halloween was Oscar worthy?
I mean, they should have a horror category.
Well, yeah.
Something.
They should.
This one is good, and I don't want to give away plot here, but there's a lot of range to her character. Like you see her playing one particular type of a person, and then her character is also playing another type of a particular person, like because
Oh, really?
of the way the movie
Gotcha.
is. Yeah, I don't want to give away too much, but she was really, really good in it.
Very Fight Clubby.
Yeah, kind of. You guys should watch it. I would love to get your opinion on it. It was really, I thought, you know why I liked it a lot too? There is nothing else like it. Like,
Really?
yeah, there really isn't. There are movies that touch upon some of the stuff that they do, but there's not been, how do I say this? I guess in the genre that this movie is in, there are other films that have used that genre, but not like this. Not the way that they do it. It's really something else. And I would tell you guys to watch it sooner than later because you don't want to it's going to get spoiled for you.
All right.
If you hang out much longer. Continuing on the Oscars, the in memoriam snubs, always a big deal.
Ooh.
A lot of snubs this year.
Yeah, they were.
A lot.
I thought.
Anne Heche snubbed.
Damn. She died too late, right?
I don't know. Two of the biggest ones for me.
I feel that was like half a year ago.
Paulie Walnuts and Paul Sorvino.
Yep.
Snubbed.
Big time.
The fuck was that? And Sorvino's family, they're like besides themselves. They're like,
no, she's pissed off.
Super upset. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You blame her?
Yeah, it's messed up.
No.
Oof.
No, because Paul Sorvino is one of those actors, like he's been in a ton of movies, but it's really just a handful of roles that have been spectacular. Right. And that's all he has, to live on. So it's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, how do you do that? I mean, I don't understand how there's not a list and how there isn't a double. You just Google who died in the past year, and there you go. I don't understand how they left off this list. Gilbert Gottfried.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about Gilbert.
Right. Wait, he died this past year or
Bob
the year
Saget?
before? Yeah, too.
I was just going to say, if it's Gilbert, then it's Bob Saget for sure.
Well, they were saying some people died when they died too late. It's already too late for them to put them in. I'm like, you can't just sneak a picture of them in there. Clip of their video. Late. Like there's like a cutoff.
Anne Heche died months ago.
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like it was before Christmas, right?
Yep.
Leslie Jordan.
Oh yeah.
I know you don't. Yeah.
Who's Leslie Jordan?
Sizemore.
Is Leslie Jordan's the comedian, right?
Is in a lot of TV, but I'm sure he was in a bunch of movies. Short guy, white hair, glasses. I'll bring up a picture of him.
All right, you pull that up. While we're doing that, all right, so that was the in memoriam. Let's talk about a couple of the other moments of the night.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I think we did this already, where it's like, I don't know who that is.
Right.
And I still don't clearly know.
Barbara Walters.
Nor seem to really give a shit. I got a couple more things that we have to hit with this. Lady Gaga. I don't understand. She showed up in a gown and makeup and then took it all off just for the performance. Yep. I don't get it.
Well, I don't know. Supposed to be like a bare bones,
right.
stripped down kind of performance,
which I could appreciate.
It wasn't a big elaborate thing. Yeah.
But then I don't know who was it. Was it her idea to be like, "Can you just get the camera right fucking here?" And like it was so zoomed in on her face. It was
they wanted to show that she wasn't wearing any makeup.
True.
Or very
Plus,
minimal.
it was all last minute. She was not supposed to perform. They wanted her to perform. No. And then they decided that day, I think, to just sneak her in.
Oh, really?
Do it.
Is that right? I didn't know that.
It wasn't like planned out and everything. Yeah, she wasn't supposed to perform. That I know. But yeah, so they brought her out. I guess they put together something last minute and they brought her out.
What I find funny is supposedly she had really chapped lips and all her fans are upset about it.
That's what they yeah.
Yeah. I find that to be pretty funny. Sierra, did you see Sierra on the red carpet?
No. I didn't see her.
She wore I'm going to put this page 6 link in the thing for everybody. She wore a see-through dress, an entirely see-through dress, just covered her nippies up a little bit and had like a thong on. And that was like, you could see fucking
hold on, let me see her.
Everything. I mean, everything.
And that.
I'm not sure I understand this. Like, I want you to see my whole hootie, but I want you to think that I don't have nipples.
But
like,
not
I
the
don't
blowfish.
understand that look.
Oh, I like that dress.
Listen, I didn't say I didn't like it. I like it just fine.
Oh, it's weird. Wait, is she pregnant again?
I would guess
she
no.
might be. Is she?
Good Lord.
You think so? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I didn't think so, but
yeah, you could see both hooties.
Oh, maybe she does have a little tummy. I can't tell if it's the way the dress is falling or.
I know, I can't tell either.
I think it's just the way the dress is. I don't think that's anything. But there were a lot of people wearing.
There isn't any.
There were a lot of people wearing next to nothing.
Okay. I understand everybody's jockeying for position of attention, but if my wife came out of the dressing room with that on, being like, "What do you think?" I'd be like, "I think you look amazing, but I don't want you showing your ass to the whole entire world."
Oh, I mean, stop.
Oh, what are you going to tell me what I can and can't wear now?
Yeah. What do you? I am a woman.
You're gonna mansplain to me what I can wear?
First of all, let's just be honest. That dress is made up of the material that the guy wore in the Rico Suave video and that Milli Vanilli wore, like just that awful mesh that you could see through 90s like style of shirt.
It's Right Said Fred's shirt.
Right Said Fred. Thank you. If her husband there, Russell Wilson, was wearing that, which is a cod piece on, everybody would be like, what's wrong with Russell Wilson? He's lost his mind.
I don't know what to tell you.
Am I wrong?
There were a lot of women there wearing pretty much next to nothing. There was a woman, I forget who she is. I think she's in maybe a TV show. She had just a feather across her chest.
Really?
It was about this big, and it was just a feather across her nips.
I didn't see that.
He's like, I didn't see that. I wanted to, but
I'll have to go back and check that out. I don't know who the asshole
feather.
Yeah, Google feather nip and see what comes up.
Hunter Schafer is her name.
Oh, I saw that. That's actually not really
She's from Euphoria.
Yeah.
She's in the
That's actually
she's from the show Euphoria.
If you got hard, you got hard from a guy. Hate to tell you. But that's actually transgender.
Is it?
Well,
okay.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I didn't know it was a feather.
She showed her nipples.
Hold on a minute. Hunter, what's the last name?
All I'm saying is she showed her nips. Can I show you the picture?
Yeah, show me the picture.
There you go.
Boy, we got to get you a real phone. I mean, oh yeah. Oh, I can see hooties.
All right, it's too bright. There you go.
Oh, so she wore something. So she wore a different top to the actual She wore the feather to the party, but she wore a different top to the actual show. But it looked like that, basically.
She looked good. It was just a feather, though. I think that was probably the least amount of clothes people. It was just a feather and the bottom of a dress.
See, there's no balance because she needed more material, where this asshole clearly had too much material.
Oh God!
Did you see this dickhead sitting in the middle? Fucking crap.
Do we know who that is?
He's one of the performers, I think. She's a singer, right?
I mean, I get wearing it on the carpet, but take it off when you get inside, no?
But look at this poor girl. Can't see a damn thing.
Yeah. Imagine you show up, you're at the Oscars, you're sitting in the audience of the Oscars, and you're like, oh, this is the best. I can't believe I finally got the Oscars. And there's this huge freaking cloud in front of your face, and you're like, what?
I'd like to put Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or Shaq in front of her and see how she fucking likes it.
Right.
Ruin her view for a little bit.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, I thought that was totally ridiculous. Let me see. I think the best part of the evening, for me at least, was Ashley Graham interviewing Hugh Grant.
Oh my God.
What was that?
I loved it.
What was like? He just didn't want to be there, or didn't? I don't know what kind of mood he was in, but I guess everybody has everybody's got a mood. But holy cow, that was insane.
Unless he was just trying to be funny.
See, I'm on his side.
He's not. What?
Yeah, I'm on his side.
Of course you are.
No, no. Hurtful. I'd like an apology later. I feel like
you told me to be edgier.
I feel like these shows are disrespectful to true hosts. They don't want hosts actually hosting. They don't want hosts doing the red carpet anymore. Joan Rivers never had this fucking problem. And you want to know why? Because she came prepared and she knew what she was doing. Now they just get any fucking asshole with a Twitter following and a TikTok following, and they stick a camera in their face with a microphone and expect everybody to just be nice to each other. And it's like, no, you have to know what questions to ask all these fucking people. You can't just show up with your titties hanging out or your jeans tight so everybody sees the outline of your dick and act like I got 1 million TikTok followers. I don't need to fucking put the work in.
Well, what was she going to ask?
I feel like I need to take a bow after that. I thought that was very well put. Thank you.
Why don't you just your medal's in the mail. We'll erect your statue at a later date. But what was she gonna ask? Honestly, she brought up the one movie he was in this year,
which he was barely in.
He pointed out he was in for like 3 seconds. Exactly. Yeah. What the hell else could she ask you, Grant? Right. Hey, you Grant, how's it feel being at the Oscars? Great. Okay.
No. Can we play? Should we play this? The audio?
I mean, if you want to.
Let's play the audio here so you can hear. This is
a veteran of the Oscars, and you've been here a few times. What's your favorite thing about coming to the Oscars?
Shitty question. That's a shitty question.
You know what that is?
Shitty question.
You know what I'm going to compare it to now? These are interview questions that you get asked on in a real interview where you have to say the right answer, which is not actually your real answer. Boom.
No, he could say whatever he wants. He could say the after party. He could say, "Oh, I love anything." The comedian who hosts, whatever he wants to say. He could literally any answer is better than I don't even know what he said. What was his answer?
I'll play his answer, but let me tell you something.
His answer was bullshit.
He doesn't give a good answer, but and I can forgive this question. Once she gets that answer from him, she has got to pivot. She has got to understand he is not here to give me fluff, and I need to fucking ask him a real question or acknowledge how shitty this all is.
What is he going to ask? What's she going to ask? What do you think of the war in Ukraine? What's she going to bring up?
No, but I mean, it's fucking Hugh Grant. I could ask him 1,000 questions.
Come up with a question right now on the spot.
You ever talk to that prostitute you got caught in the back, in the back seat with 30 years ago? That's a
great Oscars red carpet question.
We're making news for the right reasons.
It's fascinating. It's the whole of humanity is here. It's Vanity Fair.
Oh, it's all about Vanity Fair. Yes, that's where we let loose and have a little bit of fun. What are you most excited to see tonight?
To see?
Yep.
So that is essentially the same fucking question.
Yeah, reworded to give him a second chance at the fucking question because he fucked it up the first time.
I just think he didn't want to play the fluff game with her, and she should have recognized that.
Right.
What is he doing there then? That's on him. I'm sorry. I'm on her. I'm on this woman's side. I don't know who she is.
Team Ashley?
What was he doing there then?
Well, I know that you probably watched a few of the movies. Are you excited to see anybody win? Do you have your hopes up for anyone?
Good question.
No one in particular.
Okay, well, what are you wearing tonight then?
So
Who are you
rude.
rooting for?
Your suit? Who made your suit?
No
You
one.
didn't make it.
I can't remember my tailor.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to the tailor.
Yeah.
So tell me, what does it feel like to be in Glass Onion?
I mean, what she pivots to? What are you wearing? He's wearing a fucking tuxedo. You think he fucking
everybody
knows?
gets asked that? Every single person on the red carpet. What are you wearing? Or who are you wearing?
Yeah, but after you got those first couple of answers, you're going with what do you fucking wear? She panicked.
It's a softball question that he should have been able to nail.
She
As
panicked
a person
because
who, I don't know, it lives on this planet and is used to being in front of cameras, you think Hugh Grant would have come up with, I don't know, the name of the person inside his suit?
that is not his job to be. That is her
Then he
job.
shouldn't be there. No, then he shouldn't be there.
She panicked and she did not have the experience enough to know how to get something out of him. And then she fucking went to, what are you wearing? That sucks.
That's an easier. She went with an easy one-word answer question, and she she didn't even get that answer.
I don't know.
I think she was trying to softball him in and give him easy questions because she tried a hard question. Who are you rooting for? And he couldn't come up with that, so she went with, all right, who you wearing?
Okay, so let's go with the Glass Onion. Let's go with the Glass Onion
It
question.
was such an amazing film. I really loved it. I love a thriller. How fun is it to shoot something like that?
Well, I'm barely in it. I'm in it for about 3 seconds.
Yeah, but still, you showed up and you had fun, right?
Almost.
Okay, all right. Okay. Well, thank you so much. It
She
was
didn't know
nice
what to
talk
say.
To you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been great. Thanks a lot. You gave me literally nothing. We learned zero from you.
She goes, you showed up and you had fun, right? Maybe he didn't. Maybe he didn't have fucking fun.
All right, so then he could have said it. No, it was a nightmare. It was hard. It was a hot day. Everybody was a pain in the ass. I didn't get the scripted anything. He could have said almost anything other than, oh, I don't know. What are you talking about? That was 100% him. Sorry. I'm on team. What was her name again? I don't even remember.
Ashley Graham.
Ashley Graham. I'm on team Ashley Graham.
100%. Mercury 7, that's on her. Francois Tabou. I'm Team Frank.
Thank you.
I think it's all on her. By the way, and I'm not knocking it, but she's a model. She doesn't do this for a living. It's not her fault. She shouldn't have fucking been there in the first place.
Either way, doesn't matter. She asked questions. He gave shit answers. I don't care if you're 70 years in the business and you ask the same questions, you're gonna get. And you imagine Barbara Walters or Joan Rivers asked those questions, and Hugh Grant gave those answers. Everybody would have been pissed at Hugh Grant because, oh, how could you do that to Joan Rivers and Barbara?
No,
Walters?
I think that she would have put him in his place.
Exactly.
Put him in his place. How?
Just, I don't even know what she would have said. I don't know.
But a seasoned veteran, somebody who knows what they're doing, would have known how to handle that situation.
I get it, but that shouldn't have been a situation.
Like, she shouldn't have even gone near Glass Onion if he's in it for only 3 seconds.
Well,
she's in the business. She know, like, that he probably showed up for a day and was in and out of there in a day.
Yeah, that's fine. Tell us about that day. Anything.
I fucking showed up. I said the things. I collected my check and I left. Like,
no, let's see. You're Hugh Grant, and you're talking to anybody sticks a camera or a microphone in your face. You have to now. You're on. I can understand if you don't want to give answers at the Thanksgiving table, but if you're in front of millions of people on a red carpet, you got to be ready to give some answers. Sorry, you're there. You're walking the red carpet for a reason. You're not sneaking in the back entrance. You're in front of cameras.
Yeah, that's
now.
what she said.
Exactly. You gotta be ready with
Frank sneaks in the back entrance all the time, I heard.
Well,
I disagree, Frank. I think she was out of her element.
Even if she was.
And she owes Hugh Grant an apology.
For what?
For being a shitty interviewer.
You're not asking the right questions.
You see this all the time in sports too. It drives me crazy to watch these fucking sideline athletes. It seems like you had a tough first half. What do you have to do to get yourself into this game in the second half? That's a bullshit question. Looks like Johnny scored a really good goal there. How important is that for you and the team? But goals win the game. So yeah, it's
I agree. But even the most seasoned veteran reporters ask that same bullshit question every friggin' time. And it's the same bullshit answer every time. But at least the athlete gives that bullshit answer and says, oh, we got to score more points and get it to the open man. Blah, 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 blah. At least they come out with something. Hugh Grant gave her zip. She was giving, at least she had energy, and she was at least when he gave a shit answer, all right, what about this question? What about this question? He was like, I don't know. That's stupid. It was just it was so, Hugh Grant shouldn't, if you're not going to give answers, get off the red carpet. That's the whole purpose of it.
I think this is hypocritical, and I'll tell you why.
Hypocritical?
If this were Jerry Seinfeld, you'd have thought it was great. And this is such a thing that Jerry would have done.
Oh, if he's laughing through it and he's putting on some kind of show and it's a joke of some kind, Hugh Grant he looked like he was pissed off at the world and didn't give a shit about anything. He's not a comedian.
I don't think he wanted to be there. I think he was there for was it 4 Weddings and a Funeral? It was like the 30th anniversary of 4 Weddings and a Funeral.
Great.
And that's what they invite. I mean, that's what they invite people for.
Then he should have said something. Oh yeah, I'm here for the 30th anniversary of 4 Weddings and a Funeral.
You should fucking ask him because that was Andy McDowell was in that, right? And he was with Andy McDowell.
Okay.
Right?
I don't know. Weird.
He was hysterical when he came out to present. He talked about skincare and how great Andy McDowell looked like, and then he said he looked like a nutsack, which I thought was fucking hilarious. I don't know if that was written for him or he ad-libbed that or what, but it was good. It got a big laugh.
Love it. Why
he delivered in the room.
Still, you don't think that a clip from the red carpet of Hugh Grant is going to be making the rounds? You got to if I'm Hugh Grant, I know that once I start giving an interview to someone, whatever I say, I better be careful. I better know what I'm saying, and I better have something to talk about, or else it's going to be a negative for me.
He said scrotum, not nutsack. Also, they released the full trailer for The Little Mermaid.
They did.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, it was awkward.
Good.
They teased it and then they showed it and then it went right to commercial. I was like, that was a little weird. Like they didn't come back and throw it to commercial again. I don't know. What'd you guys think of it?
I thought it looked good.
It looked amazing. I didn't see it.
Okay. No, I think she, I don't know her name, but the Little Mermaid actress, she looks like she's going to be good in it. What's her name playing Ursula?
I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know she was going to be Ursula. The one from Bridesmaids.
What the hell is her name? Why am I blanking on her name?
Melissa McCarthy.
Melissa McCarthy. Yes.
Yeah.
She looks like she's going to be good. She sounded good in the trailer. I think they got
that movie.
Yeah, I think there's Javier Bardem, right, as King Trident or whatever.
Derek disagrees. Says Melissa McCarthy was miscast as Ursula.
No, I think she's going to be good. She has the voice. She has the strength behind her. I think she's going to be a good Ursula. Who would you have cast?
I don't know, but I thought Frank had a good idea before the show. He was texting everybody that we should boycott this movie so that they stop giving white roles to black people. I thought that was really poignant.
You're an ass.
You know, I was gonna bring it up, but I was like, let me not.
I did not do any of that.
You want me to show the text messages?
Yeah, let's see.
Go ahead. You show the text message. $100,000 to you if you could show me the text I sent saying that.
I was so proud of that joke. I'm like, Frank's gonna be so uncomfortable.
You're a dick. You're an ass.
Oh shit.
I have a ticket update.
Please.
It's not a good update.
You got nailed.
How much?
So, remember at last, the ticket finally came online. I was finally able to view it. Every other time, I tried for months. It was not available. Ticket not found. Well, they must have updated the system. Ticket found. They asked, like, they had like 3 options. And I said I wanted it to be reviewed by a prosecutor, whatever, and they would give me a lesser deal. So I have 2 options. Option 1, I could pay $434 and get 4 points on my license. Or I pay $380 and I don't get any points on my license. Or I could reject the deal and go in person and try to fight it.
That's crazy.
I think it's weird the way they're trying to settle tickets, because I feel like the deal you're going to get when you go there is not going to be far off from the deal that they offer you.
So that's my whole thing. And I actually asked that same question in a Facebook group I'm on, and people said I should just take the $380 and no points, because 2 people said they went in person and they got the same deal.
Yeah.
Why is it that high?
I don't know. I really don't know why it's that much money.
That is an insane amount of money.
Right. So I was like, well, if I go to court, I want it to be way less money than $380, but then it's not going to be a guarantee, you know?
It's an insanely high amount of money. I agree. But I will tell you this, having been there a couple times, they don't want people fighting these things either, because it just gunks up the system. It just takes too long.
Right.
Yeah, but then don't make it $400.
Listen, I don't know how it is in other states, but in New York, they will literally pick days to go out, and they will just give out
tickets. Yep.
Yeah, that's it. Like they pick, because when I got one of the last couple of times I went to go fight a ticket, they were the days. They were like, "What day did you get your ticket on?" And there was like 4 days out of the month, and it was like, "These are the only days that you guys gave tickets." And I'm like, "Yeah, we only go out for a couple of days." And that's it.
What?
Yeah.
So yeah, I know. So
because they say there's no quota, but there is a quota, because they have to make X amount of revenue from giving people tickets.
Yep. So
what happens if they don't?
They don't make the money.
Yeah.
And then you get there, and then you go, like, I saw people go up to you meet the public defender or whatever, the lawyer that you get, and they're like, "We're willing to argue this down, for you," and blah blah blah. And I saw a couple of guys, and this one lawyer was great, and he's like, "Well, I didn't really do anything," and the lawyer is like, "If you want to fight this, you tell me, but I would just, this is the deal. Like, it's up to you if you want to come back here and appear in front of this judge later on today, and actually have a, He's like, well, the cop's gonna have this. He's like, the cop's not coming today, and he's like, if we have to reschedule you for another time so that you can challenge the cop on the stand, that's going to be a whole long ordeal." And you're sitting there going, "I'm not. Fuck it. Just all right, whatever. I'll pay." Because a lot of people, they're taking a day off to go there. It's in the middle of the freaking day.
Well, that's the thing. I'm like, if I go and the cop doesn't show up, do I automatically win?
No,
that's not clear though.
That's true.
No, it's not. The answer's not clear. When I try to look that up on Google or whatever, I could not find the correct answer for that.
That is not your court date. If you decide not to take the plea, then you get another date, and that's when the cop can show up. Mm-hmm. Now, you make the cop show up. The judge has to set a time aside for, like, nobody. You have better have an ironclad argument.
Well, when I went in to argue a ticket, it was literally like a what's it called? Like a conveyor belt. We were just
an
all
assembly
there.
Line.
Assembly line. We were all there in a big room. The judge was at the front. They'd call your name. You stand up. You walk to the front. They hear you for 3 seconds, and then it's yes or no, and then boom, you're out. They just keep you going.
That's it.
What'd you go for, Frank?
This was years ago. It was a speeding ticket. The cop said I was doing. It was the middle of rush hour on the Parkway, and they said I was doing 82. Which even if I wanted to do 82,
you would never do 82. Go ahead.
Even if I wanted to do 82, I couldn't have.
Right.
Because it was rush hour. I mean, yeah, I may have been going a little fast, but there was no way I was at 82. So I went and I argued it, and he, that was it. I don't know if I.
Did you have to pay? You don't remember?
I think he cut it in half or something.
It's always pay. By the way, it's always pay, and it's always no points on your license because they don't want people's insurance costs going up because that's not good for anybody, but they want the money to come in. That's all it is.
So what if I went in, hear me out. What if I went in wearing a black back to blue shirt?
Well, the judge is in.
Hold on.
Is your judge a Republican? You could look up the court and see what party they're affiliated with.
Well, I was just thinking that if the cop came, he would like show me sympathy. Then he'd be like, "Oh, look at her, she's a supporter." Also, my Suffolk County Police Citizens Academy, because I have it on a lanyard, my card. What do you think?
Why don't you just get a hat made up?
And a hat. What do you think? All three of those things, you don't think that could help me?
I think you got to take it on the chin. It upsets me too because that's a ridiculous amount of money. Like I'm mad for you.
It seems arbitrary. It seems like they just picked a number out of the hat and was like, $380, whatever the hell you said before.
It's just like, can you just like put it into consideration that this is the first time I've ever been pulled over ever in my life? Okay, I have 2 young kids with me. Come on. Okay, who cares if if in the back of my car it says "baby up in this bitch"? Who cares?
I think if you showed up and said, "Listen, I had 2 kids screaming in the car. I didn't realize I was going that fast. I can't afford this." Maybe just ask for a little sympathy. Listen, can you cut it in half or something? I think that they'll probably end up just maybe showing you a little mercy. I don't think they're gonna be like, nah, $400. You know what? Now it's $600. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna. Yeah,
600. You brought your kids with you.
Yeah, I think they'll maybe show you a little leniency if you showed up and be like, listen,
I don't think so.
I can't afford this ticket. I have 2 kids. We have one job. Maybe plead your case. Maybe there's a little sympathy there. I don't know.
I don't think so because I don't think people care about each other these days at all. But I was thinking if I bring Aurelia with me, they'll see her and be like, actually, you know what? You're good to go. And if you speed maybe a couple of times, we won't put you in.
I think Frank's not wrong, but I think that sympathy only plays with the cop at the time. And if he was willing,
I think it's worth talking to the judge about it. They have sympathy. They're like, listen, I got 2 kids. This is an exorbitant amount of money. This is almost 2 weeks paycheck, whatever, tell them.
I don't think they do. Can I tell you something? The traffic court judge is the loser of the judge community. Like you got to be a real incompetent idiot to be the traffic court judge.
Still, you got to, you're still a judge and you're still deciding all these things. I mean, they might hate you, but you're still a judge.
Oh, look what Rhoda wrote. Rhoda wrote, I got a ticket for hundreds in New Jersey for having a phone that I wasn't using on my lap. I had to ask why I got pulled over. I had to ask why I got pulled over too, honestly, because I don't think I was going 65, but whatever. He looked at my window, probably staring at my tits, and noticed my phone. See?
You think your tits are to blame for this?
No.
Is that what you're saying?
Usually they get you out of tickets, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he saw my makeup and was like, yeah, this one's getting the ticket. Hold on, I'm going to show you.
Did you see your Biden bumper sticker?
No. Hold on, I'm going to show you. Just to quick refresh for everybody's memory.
Can I say something?
Like.
Yeah, you're bringing that up, I want to say something, and I don't want you to get offended.
Uh-oh. This means it's going to be very offensive.
But you look like a defund the police type of a person. That's the way you look.
Me?
I know you don't feel that way, but you look like you're at the defund the police rally. That's how you fucking show up at things.
What the hell is? Oh, because it was the Halloween. I forgot it was Halloween. I was like, what the? I forgot.
What's her name? Joker's girlfriend. What's her name?
Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn. Yeah. What is the shirt? What does your shirt say? Don't
be a basic witch.
Does it say witch or bitch?
Witch. So he probably saw my makeup, was like, "Oh, this one's. Definitely getting this one."
I don't think it has anything to do with the makeup. It's Halloween. Everybody's wearing some shit.
I gotta tell you. I mean, maybe he's a woman hater. Maybe that's.
Maybe.
Maybe you were just speeding.
Somebody said I look like trouble. Yeah, definitely look like trouble.
He said you look like trouble?
No, Mercury said that.
Oh. I was gonna say, if he said that, then you definitely got a sexist on your hands.
You should have called him Puddin'.
Right.
Was I speeding, Puddin'?
What are you thinking? When do you have to make a decision?
Oh, I don't really have a certain time. Wait a minute. Oh. I don't know. It doesn't say, but I'm gonna have to do it soon.
What are you leaning towards? This is because you know what? The practical person in me wants to tell you to just fucking pay it off. It's not worth the fight. But
if it were $50, it's not worth the fight. But if it's $400,
it's a lot of money.
That's worth a couple of hours at the court.
I would really love you to go there and if you went there and they reduced it, I would feel like we all won. I would feel like that was like Team USA winning the gold medal. I would feel like we could all share in this victory. That's how huge that would be.
You know what I kind of feel like doing? I kind of feel like lying and saying that I had a problem paying it online, going in person and saying like, oh, I had a problem paying it online. Like, what can I do? Do I have to pay today? What do you think I should do? Should I what do you think? You know, maybe someone give me some free advice.
They're just going to say, pay it.
Pay it or
have a credit card, send a check.
Pay it or not. Pay it or.
They're going to tell you to pay it. Who are you going to ask that to? Yeah.
Well, this is what Rhoda said. This is what's important. You can lose the opportunity to lose the points, though, which is that's what I care about. So.
Well, all right. Here's the other thing I want to say to you on this point. I think when you go in there, you have to understand that these people do this every fucking day. That is their house. Like, they're not going to you can't go in there and be like, I can't pay it or I wasn't doing it. Like, you can't just run through 7 excuses and hope one sticks. That's not going to work, I don't think.
Well, I think arguing that it's a ridiculously high ticket. I mean, I've never heard of a ticket that high for speeding.
Neither have I. That's ridiculous.
Really?
Where did this? Yeah, I feel like $150 the most. I got a really high ticket once for speeding, but I was on like a federal fucking thing.
Oh yeah, how much was that one?
It was 300 and change, but I was on a federal grounds and I was doing like triple the speed limit because I'm an idiot. But it was a literal runway. So there was it was like it was just a big open road, and it was like a half a mile to where I had to go, and there was no cars. It was the middle of the night. There were no cars around. It wasn't a main street. It was behind. It was in, in a what's it called, camp, like a army camp, army base facility, and I was just on this runway going to this to a hangar. It was a literal airplane hangar.
I don't know if the rules changed since then, because if you go between 11 to 20 over the speed limit, you could get 4 points. So even if you're going 11 miles over the speed limit, you get 4 points, which is ridiculous.
Yes, but the other thing I was going to say was, I don't think you're going to lose the opportunity to lose. I don't think they're going to be like, all right, well then you're going to get points. I don't think they'll let you leave worse off than you were if you would have just accepted from the beginning. I don't think they're that heartless of people.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Ugh, such a pussy.
But like I said, I don't think that they take kindly to people wasting their time. That seems to be the biggest thing for them.
Well, I feel like wasting their time. They're there. They're on the clock anyway. They're there. It's not like they're staying longer because you're there. They punch in, they punch out. It's not a waste of time. I mean, what are they? Either they're hearing you or they're hearing the next person. I mean, maybe they don't see it that way, but that's how it is.
Do you want me to go with you? I happen to be the best friend anybody can ever have.
Oh, God. Let me throw up in my mouth a little bit more.
Let me tell everybody a little tale of how...
You went to one friggin' show.
that's hater talk, but I support all of my friends more than anybody.
Okay.
And I attended the. See, I think Frank's mad because. Let me tell you why Frank's upset.
Here we go. Whatever he's about to say is the opposite of the truth. Go ahead.
Not true. You're very hateful today.
You told me to be edgier.
I went to Frank's niece's dance competition purely for support, just to be a good friend. Frank's sister-in-law, also a dear friend of mine, was there. I didn't know your sister-in-law was like living in this hotel for the weekend on this dance competition.
Yeah, they always, whenever there's a dance competition, it's usually a weekend. And yeah, sometimes it's in Pennsylvania. It's all, they travel all around.
No, I knew they went places, but like, see, my world, my thing of this is you go to the dance school, then there's like a little recital at the end and you're done. And maybe there's a bigger competition. But these people literally were living in this hotel where this competition was for a weekend. That is like, and it's not,
it they do it all day.
It wasn't a Hyatt. Okay.
No.
It was a Radisson.
Oh, shit. Really?
That's not a place
no,
where I want to be.
I hope it's not the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah. It's not like you had to get a room. You were just there.
No, I'm saying your brother and sister-in-law deserve fucking medals for A, giving up their entire weekend, and B, spending it in a Radisson. I mean, that is parenting like I've never seen before. I was blown away.
Hey, you know, they love their kid. You do the same thing for your kids?
No.
Okay. Yeah,
not a Radisson. Never.
I don't even know why I said that.
Yeah, the last time we stayed at a Radisson, it almost ended our friendships. That was almost the worst weekend of my entire life at Sesame Place, at the Radisson in Sesame Place. Never fucking stay there.
This place, it used to be like 2 blocks from where I used to work.
Oh, is that right? Where they were?
Oh.
It's right over there.
Okay, let me just say this. It was awfully close to where Janine lives, and Janine was a no-show the entire weekend. I took time out of my schedule to go there and support Nettie, Frank's niece, and Deanna, his sister-in-law, and be a part of the whole thing. And Janine was literally closer than I was and couldn't be bothered. Now, Frank is the uncle. But when I showed up, it was a real, I'm going to get a little emotional.
Here we go.
So stupid.
Nettie ran up to me and gave me the biggest hug ever.
Oh.
And was like, I'm so glad that you came. And I said, of course, I'm here for you always. And
Just
she
one
said,
time and never before.
She said, I only wish I can get support like this from the rest of my family. But you have shown me the love of an uncle that I've never experienced before in my entire life. And I thought that was touching.
Oh, that's really sweet.
Wasn't that sweet?
That's very nice.
Yeah,
it was.
Nice.
It's a lovely piece of fiction. It's wonderful.
Why are you mad? Because I took your spot? Is that what it is?
No, you could take my spot. I've been to, I don't know how many recitals.
I didn't see you. I've never seen you at a recital. Not once.
Because you've only gone to this one thing. You've never gone to them.
Seems like something a hater would say.
Okay.
But I was there in the Radisson, risking
your life.
There we go.
Deanna,
Lord, what are you? You know, I feel like you did this not for anybody's niece or whatever. You did this so you can say, "Hey, look how much better I am." Than anyone.
That's so hurtful.
That is, as you're driving there. This is going through Anthony's mind. He's going, I'm going to get there. I'm going to take a selfie with Deanna, and
that's hurtful.
I'm going to be like showing, because the first thing you did was text it to everybody in our group and say, look, I'm the best friend in the world. So I don't think it was.
How long did you stay?
Well,
how long did you stay? 15 minutes, Frank? What do you think?
That's hurtful, and I would never ever do. I would never take a picture like that and exploit it for any, sort of like look at me moments. That's not doesn't sound like me.
Yeah.
How long were you there for? 15 minutes or what?
I was there the whole day, and
okay, that's a lie.
I shared it because I wanted everybody to know the good time that they were missing out on and the pain that they caused with your absence.
Be honest now. You're on the spot here.
Okay.
Did you have something else to do near where this competition was?
Ooh, yes, he did.
Nope.
You want me to confirm that, Frank?
Yes, please.
I took how are you going to confirm
with Cuddles?
My wife is on the other side of the room doing some work. My wife is literally 6 feet away from me doing some work. She can attest to my true intentions.
Also,
I noticed how Nettie, the niece that you went there to support, is not even facing the camera.
Well, she's a minor, and I didn't feel the need to put her to dox her on a podcast.
Blocked her out.
No dox.
Well, I said turn around for this one. You know, if we wind up using it.
Okay.
So,
very good.
But look at how happy we all are.
That's very nice of you.
My intentions are being called into question on why we went to the dance recital.
Did Cuddles
can Cuddles come here? Can she take the stand and repeat what she just said?
Did Cuddles go as well?
She doesn't have pants on, so we have to make sure that she is off mic. Let me just give me a second here. Let me do something.
Dance off?
Let me do something.
Did Cuddles go to this thing as well?
Yes, Cuddles went. She can hear you.
Where's the picture of Cuddles in the shot?
Why are you so angry? Do you hear how angry he is?
Because that's what this picture is about.
Angry.
This picture is about, look at me and look what I did.
Look, I just want to support. I may have wanted to guilt you guys into what you should be here to support.
Oh, I don't feel guilty.
What? Why did we go to the dance recital?
To show support. You brought it up to me. You were like, oh, should we? You had me texting Deanna. You were the one that brought it up. Which day to go? Which day? Because we had a lot going on this weekend. Which day would be better for us?
Now, Cuddles, be honest. Was there something else in the area that you guys wanted to do or did before or after this thing? You went out there solely for this event?
Yeah, we drove over half an hour from us west to go to this, and then we drove back out by us,
practically to Janine's house.
Yeah.
How big of assholes were your kids acting before you left the house that you were just like, I just got to get out?
No, our kids don't like going out. Michael is a homebody. That kid doesn't want to leave the house. He just wants to play on his Kindle. He was pissed we were going out. Are you kidding me? 100%.
They're just hating on our generosity and our light. Like they're trying to dim our light.
I have a picture of the four of us.
I saw it. Yeah.
Yeah, you might have a picture of all of you guys, but the picture that Anthony chose to send was just of him showing that he's there.
I took the picture after. I took the picture of the four of us after you took a picture.
And really, because I thought everybody was going because that's the right thing to do. So it was more of here we are in the ballroom. Where are you guys?
Isn't that? And that's her sponsor.
Sponsor, her uncle. Well, like I said, I retold the story about how Nettie came up and gave us a huge hug and was like,
"Godfather, I am her godfather."
This is a love that I've never felt before. So I'm glad that we were able.
Uncle. I am her godfather.
Frank, me and you are like connected, Frank.
We are like connected.
I'm just happy I was able to fill the void that the both of you have created in this poor young lady's life.
That's actually, it's funny that you say that because that's actually why I couldn't come because my void was getting filled.
That's a mic drop. That's a good moment to peace out. That was good.
Dear Lord. I'll tell you what, though. I think I showed you a picture. I think it was the worst pizza ever in recorded history. Did you see the picture of the pizza that I sent over there?
Yeah. Where was that pizza? It was at the. Was it at the place?
It was at the competition. It could barely even qualify as pizza. I mean,
to be honest,
7-Eleven pizza looks at that pizza and goes, "Holy shit, you don't look good."
To be honest, I would be surprised that there was food there.
Yeah,
for everybody.
They had pizza, and it was funny because the kids when you take kids to stuff like that, they have to eat or else they can't sit still.
Sure.
So I'm like, my daughter's like, I want popcorn. So we go over to the little stand, and my son's like, all right, I want a Gatorade. I'll take a slice of pizza, and I'm like, we're we're not eating this pizza. I'm like, we can't. He's like, but it's like, right. He's like, I'm like, they don't have good. He's like, I could see it. I'm like, we're not doing that. It's not what we're doing here. So I literally had to settle for
shitty slice of pizza.
I just got him a little boat of French fries. The French fries were the safest thing. I'm like, how could you screw up French fries? Really? You know what I mean? So
were they all right?
They were all right. He was vomiting today, though. I didn't think the French fries might have had something to do with it.
I'm sure that's unrelated. I'm sure you're fine.
Maybe, I don't know, but that pizza was fucking scary. It was fucking scary. It did not look good, and I'm telling you, it's some friggin' racket. This dancing thing. I mean, it's crazy. Like the amount of money. I don't know what they didn't tell me what they spent, but entry fees and hotel rooms and
oh yeah, I'm sure it's all
cost. Yeah, cost.
Because she's she's in with a school, a dancing school, so I'm sure it's all kind of paid and built in, and I'm sure they pay for these things as they go. There it is.
I mean, have you ever seen a worse looking slice of pizza?
That looks like a piece of cardboard with cheese and sauce on it.
That's exactly what it is. Look at that. I mean, look at that. That looks terrible. That
looks. Who cuts it into 6 slices? What's that about?
Oh, their savages were running. They didn't look interested at all. They were like annoyed that I wanted to pay with a credit card. It was a scene, man. It was. I
would have choked that down if I was hungry.
Your brother made me laugh though, because your sister-in-law was telling me that they walk into the hotel room and he points to the chair in the hotel room of the Radisson. And he goes, "This is where COVID started, right here." Those Radissons are rough.
I don't know if I've been to I'm sure I have. Are they that bad?
I mean, let me tell you something. You know how there's like influencer deals, like people like we get paid to plug things. I would happily take money to tell you how shitty a fucking Radisson hotel is. I mean, there is just.
So if Radisson on the next show becomes our sponsor.
It will never happen. If Radisson could come in and be like, "We'd love to give you $1 million an episode," and I'd be like, "I'm sorry, I have to turn this down."
Bullshit.
I don't think I could sell Radisson to people. I
would stay at a Radisson every week and be like, "Hey, million an episode, I'm there." Yeah, they would call it Frankie Radisson's. I'd change my name to Frankie Radisson.
You get Radisson tattooed on your ass.
Yeah, what the hell?
We worked with a guy in radio, and he was like Adam. I won't say his. He would always be like, they would be like, "Can we do this on your show?" And he like they'd say like, "I don't know, Chevy wants to come and do a commercial on your show." He'd be like, "Chevy,
just
you can
careful. Be careful, because I still work with.
I'm just saying, he would be like, "Chevy could tattoo their logo on my ass. It's fine." That always made me laugh.
Hey, if they're willing to pony up the dough.
Yeah. He's like, there's always real estate. If they're willing to pay for it, they can have it.
Just, call me a NASCAR vehicle.
Yeah, that was basically, he was offering up his ass to be the side of a NASCAR car, which always made me laugh. Great for a whole bunch.
You would do the same thing for $1 million an episode, $3 million a week.
I'll tell you, I mean, not a Radisson. I'm being dead honest. I would take a lot of money from.
So what is that? That's
listen to me.
$156 million a year.
If Pfizer came in and was like, "We'll give you $1 million an episode with all the shit that went down," I'd be like, I could take it. All right, so you killed a few people, but a Radisson could not be forgiven. That is unacceptable, and I can't get behind it. I'm sorry. It's the truth. That's the truth. I know that seems like weird standards, but there's standards in there somewhere, I assure you.
You're a dick.
Listen, we've done more than a great show this episode. Yeah.
I blacked out through most of it.
I thought we did a bang up job, and I don't think we got through everything. Oh, all right. We have to at least get through the top 3 stories. Elon is starting his own city.
Where is this?
In Texas.
And is this going to be like Kanye's city?
What? Stop. Bad example. Why are you so down on Elon? Why don't you think this is a good idea?
He's a dick.
Okay.
He sided his recent. All right, we'll go with the most recent example of him being a dick. He sided with Tucker Carlson on the whole January 6th thing.
Did he?
On Twitter, he's like, "Oh, they won't show this," and he showed the Tucker Carlson clip.
I did see that. I didn't love that. Yeah, I do hate that. That's the problem with these guys that get so high up on these platform. You know who was like that? I said this before. You never heard of the guy, Tim Pool.
I know Tim Pool.
Totally got me. Fucking Tim Pool used to be like a staunch Democrat. Like, I forget who he wrote for. One of the blogs in the city. He was really he gained a lot of notoriety for himself during when they were sleeping in the park there. What was that called? Remember?
Occupy Wall Street.
Occupy Wall Street. And then, the Democrat Party does what any political party does, and it was just let people down. And he got so ass burned by this that now he's like this super like conservative conspiracy. And he's not, he is kind of, I wouldn't say fair. I don't want to say he's not Hannity or Tucker, but he is there to point out a shitty Democratic move, and the Republicans could do 10 shitty things, and he doesn't really say much about it. But like his whole drive now is just this one singular thing, and it's so irritating. And Elon is kind of like the same thing, where you're getting so much heat for stirring up shit and going against the grain and poking at the liberals that now it's all you can do. And I lose lose me a little with that sometimes.
Exactly. That's all he's doing. And for no reason. It's just he's a shit stirrer, and he's in my opinion. It's just my opinion, but I feel like he's on the wrong side of it.
But like it's the same thing for me. It's the same thing. Like I love the AOC story of like I'm a waitress and I'm gonna run for Congress and look, I made it, and it's like I can respect that. But then there are times where it's just and not all the time, but there are times where it's like she's just so in that argument of right versus left, and it's like, all right, like it's not always this, Well,
what do you want? I understand when politicians are in that argument, because that's what it is.
That's politicians do.
They're arguing their side.
True.
What I don't understand is how you could. I mean, again, personal opinion. I don't understand how anybody could legitimately be a Republican.
I know, and I don't want to get into that.
The money. I get the financial part of it. You don't want to spend a lot of money. That's the only thing I get. Other than that, everything you're doing, I can't agree with.
Like, for example, Bill Maher, I think, does a great job. Like, he is a Democrat, but I think he does a good job calling out his own party's bullshit without turning into like a crazy, like without losing himself in all he does is that.
Funny.
Oh, I think he's funny.
He has the oldest jokes, and they're so corny. And and it's like I feel like the audience is forced to applaud every time he comes out with a shitty joke. He's like, "Oh, Democrats are being liberal today," and then the audience has to be like,
Well,
it's like, ugh.
He is in an old format, but I do like his show, and I do think he does a good job at calling it like he sees it. I think I don't think Elon really. I mean, anybody worth their salt can look at January 6th and just know what it was. And for the Tucker thing, it was a bad play. I think it's unless you're just blind to it, it's a bad play across the board. I think most people would agree that it was really stupid, and not a lot of people really fell for it.
Yeah, maybe. But it's not just a bad play. It would be one thing if it was he's gotten everything right, and he's a good guy, and he says the right things, and he's nice to people.
But I don't need that.
This one thing up.
I don't need a nice guy.
I'm not saying you do. What I'm saying is, if you've been on the ball for the most part and you fuck one thing up, maybe I could let it go. But this is number one. It's a big thing to fuck up, and anybody who says that it wasn't an insurrection or wasn't violent, doesn't know what they're talking about. And number two, he's consistently a dickhead.
Elon?
No, Tucker.
Oh yeah, Tucker. Fucking yeah. We don't have to talk about this. We all know Tucker's a dickhead.
Yeah. So what is fucking city? I don't know.
So Elon wants to build a city in Texas, a community with 110 houses, 2 warehouses, a pool, sports court, and a putting green.
So a retirement home.
Class. 35 miles outside of Austin. It will allow his employees to live and work in one place.
I've seen this movie before. It never ends well.
I know.
This is not going to be good.
It's never really like this was Kanye's thing. It's somebody. Where's Paul? Paul gave me a tweet and it's something that he was like going to consult with Kanye on design or something. It was something fucking stupid. I don't know how real it was. All right, here it is.
Not going to be good.
I don't know how legit this. Wait, let me look at this. Okay, this is from Investor News, which has 23,000 followers on Twitter. So take it as you will. I wouldn't say this is the most sturdiest source out there, but I could be wrong. Elon plans to buy land in Bastrop County, Texas, to build a town adjacent to his Boring and SpaceX facilities. Boring is one of his companies. I didn't know if everybody knew that. Because when I said it, I thought it came out wrong.
It's not dull. It's boring. BOER.
BORING. He plans to set his own regulations, including below market rent for employees. Talks with Kanye West and Grimes about design. Needs 201 residents before incorporation.
So we did talk to Kanye West about it.
But I don't know how true that is. It's not coming from a quality source. Because according to the Daily Mail, who I will say is at least a newspaper, they don't have. I don't think they have the Kanye thing, unless I'm missing it. Hold on, let me go back to that article.
This just sounds too culty. This is my town. All this stuff is run by me. I control it all. It doesn't sound good. You still have to operate under United States law. It's not like he's building his own country. But still, it just doesn't sound right to me.
I think this is one of those situations where the intentions are good. Like, look at me, everybody. I'm not going to charge people what I should be charging them. They could live here for less money and work here, and it'll be great and convenient. I'm going to give them everything they need. It'll be this wonderful thing. But as you said, it never, ever really turns out to be that.
No, this is going to be a way for him to profit. He's a guy like Elon, in my opinion. Again, my opinion. Whenever he does something, it's always looking for the profit. How does he?
I don't mind that either, because here's the thing.
Fine, but if you wanted to do something like this, why not take existing communities and build them up better? Invest in communities that already exist, and try to improve those.
I disagree with you. I like people going off and doing their own thing. I think that's admirable. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
If you're an entrepreneur and you got new idea, but a guy like Elon that could do literally anything he wants to do something, I don't know. It seems very, very cultish to me. I feel like if you're gonna do something nice for a community, pick a community that's messed up, and maybe try to help them out that exists around.
Will you stop being so nice all the time, please? Pick a community that needs help. Fuck those people. Listen, Paul, do the residents have to get brain chips? I think so. I think that's part of it. You want to get it, right? You want to get a brain chip, basically.
I mean, you don't want to think, you got to waste all your energy thinking and doing.
Yeah, nobody wants to do that.
You don't want to do that.
I don't even know what this means. Oh, from New York. Now I see why you think the way you do, Anthony on air. I don't even know what that means, Anna. Please.
That's you, because you're a dick. Right on, Anna.
Please elaborate on that. I'm not sure what that means exactly.
We're both from New York, by the way. I don't know.
But I like the idea of like, okay, this is where these people work. It could be awfully convenient for them to build. Like, wouldn't you love a place where it's like, oh, we're going to build everything, tailor it right to you? Like, I think about my parents living down in the villages. Those motherfuckers are making a ton of money, but they decided we're going to cater to 55 and over, and we're going to build it better than anybody else has, and they have knocked it out of the park. And I think it's lovely.
You know what? That's great. You know what? If he wants to build a community for his workers, why not just do it? Shut the fuck up and just make it. What are we talking about? I mean, just build a community. Here's some houses. Have a good time. It's got to be this new city, Elon City. It's going to be just shut up. I had enough of Elon. It's just, for me, I just can't take it anymore. It's like the Drake. I just hate the Drake.
Hate the Drake.
And I had it. I'm just tired of it.
Here, your sister-in-law. Thanks to Aunt and Cuddles for coming. Listen to me. No thanks necessary. That's not why we did it.
That's not why you texted out a picture of you at the thing.
Not why we did it.
And you called yourself the best friend in the world.
By the way, scoring platinums and came in first, second, and third place overall. Like that is a dominating. Like
she is amazingly talented. My niece, my goddaughter.
After she won, I remember grabbing one of the other little girls and screaming in her face, "That's how you fucking do it." Just before they removed me from the building.
Yeah. Well,
I was psyched. My team was winning. What are you gonna do?
You get pumped at these things. I understand. I keep saying Elon is not right in the head because he put his other head inside of AH.
Who's AH?
I don't know.
Anthony Hamilton.
Arthur Harrington. Andrew
Humphreys.
I
don't know if there's a good H last name, to be honest with you.
Alexander Hamilton.
Heard.
Oh.
Thank you.
I thought it was Hamilton the musical.
Well, let me tell you something. That'll kill anybody.
Alexander Hamilton or Amber Heard?
Amber Heard.
Yeah.
Something wrong with that one.
That's true. I wonder what she's up to these days.
Hey, look, Elon's a wacky dude. I'm not denying it, but I do think there's an interesting thing, and I do think we're going to see a lot. We talked about this. The wall. What was it? The wall where they're building that huge. Remember in the Middle East? What is that called? The wall.
Oh yeah, I don't know if it's called the wall, but yeah, something like that. Yeah, that's that long. It could be called the wall. That mile-long city.
Yeah, I'm psyched about these things. Like I would love.
I like that.
The idea of we need to rebuild the city is so fucking exciting for me because living in New York, like, what's the word I'm looking for?
Tuberculosis.
Infrastructure. Mm-hmm. Infrastructure was always secondary in New York. Mm-hmm. When you grew up in New York, you grew up in a place where infrastructure came second, right?
Sure.
A lot of people came here, and then we had to figure it out every step of the way. Cars, subways, streets, you name it. There was way too many people here at any given time when we came up with something. It was because there was too many fucking people here, and we had to fucking figure something out. So infrastructure always came second. When you look at these newer cities, they built the cities first. They built it with people in mind. And then people came, and that is a world of difference when you think about it. And now that they're building like these super cities, it is very, very exciting.
It is exciting. Super cities are cool. I'm in for modern technology and all this crazy stuff. Just not a fan of Elon. That's all.
I mean, shit. That's what Walt Disney was trying to build with Epcot. He was literally trying to build an area, a place for people to live. Frank, we're out of time. I mean, do you want to run 2 minutes through the rest of the topics?
Rapid fire. Let's go.
All right. Last of Us season finale. What'd you think?
I thought it was really good. Spoiler alerts, everyone. Spoiler.
Let's give everybody a minute or two. You thought it was really good, though?
I enjoyed it. It wasn't exactly what we predicted.
We were all off.
But I thought it ended in a good way. I have few complaints. I mean, it was tense. It was tense.
Yeah, go shoot. Give me the spoilers.
Okay. So spoilers, everyone. Spoilers. So the rampage he went on at the end was insane. Didn't see that coming, but he just
neither did I.
Just plowed through about 50 people.
Could not believe it.
and just he showed almost no mercy. I mean, there was, I think the only people he let live, there were a couple of nurses.
And it's the kind of thing where, you think he let them live? I don't think he did.
I don't know. I don't know. They unhooked him. They said, turn around. He picked her up in his arms and then left.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
So I don't think he shot them after he picked her up.
That was the kind of thing where I'm watching it and I hate what he's doing, but I understand.
I understood it. Now, because, all right, if that's the only way to cure the entire world, she has to know. It's got to be her choice. It's got to be, because they didn't tell her. That's the that's if they told her and she was like, no, I want to do this. This is the sacrifice I want to make, blah, blah, blah. Then that's a different story. But they just said, you know what? You'll be fine. They lied to her and said, you'll be fine. This is, regular procedure and you'll be, but they were going to kill her. And
the most shocking part of that was when he kills the doctor.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, because he's like, you're not getting out of here. And he's got the little scalpel. And it's like, come on. In my mind, I'm thinking you negotiate with the doctor as much as you possibly can to see if there's another way to do this. But when he just ends it so quick, I was like, you have crossed the line.
Yeah.
There may be no coming back from.
That plus the woman. I forget her name, but in the parking lot.
I understood killing her though. That didn't.
Yeah, no, I get it, but I knew, like it was still a shocking moment. No, it was still a bang. Not even.
Yeah.
Didn't even think twice. That was what's weird because he didn't flinch.
No, he was just getting her out of there.
Yeah.
But I thought it was beautifully. I hated it, but I thought it was beautifully done. Like I loved it because it was like they set up the ultimate conflict. He lied. He's no better than them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, no, he did what he had to do to get her out, but it was a lot. He did a lot. This is a good point. TD Freelancer, the woman who played Ellie's mom in the beginning, is the actual voice and motion actor of Ellie in the game itself. That's a cool tidbit.
Oh, is that right? Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that. That's really cool.
She looked like her. She looked a lot like her,
yeah.
Which totally makes sense.
I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I've seen her in a bunch of things, that actress. I feel like she was like a child actor too. She was in a bunch of little parts in different movies. I can't remember her name, but I'm drawing a blank, but I'll come back to it.
I also found it interesting, and again, I don't know how true it is, that she was infected at birth. Right? Because isn't that what the girl explained, that she was infected at birth, and when she got bit, the sensors or whatever just it wasn't taking over her because they thought she's already infected.
Yeah. Well, the problem, though, that's the thing. I don't know if the woman the Firefly who raised her, took her in, if she knew the actual truth, because the mother said...
The mother lied, yeah.
The mother lied. She said, I cut the cord before I was bit, which that's not the truth.
Right.
So will we know if a cure is actually possible? Because do you have to be, is that, how does it work now? Because if you don't know the truth of that, it's not that she was, how was she infected then? Because now she has this baby. Does she know the baby's infected? Because the baby wasn't bit.
Well, again, this is what makes the show so amazing. The Firefly girl goes into the house went to look for the girl, pregnant girl. And she opens the door and there's the mother holding her baby and holding a knife to her throat.
Yeah.
Just like wanting to spend every last second she could before she knew she had to fucking end it all and not kill the baby too. Like what a fucking moment.
Yeah, it was fucked up. Imagine if she was by herself. What do? You got to get that kid to someone who could take care of her. Or else it's over for that kid too.
Yeah, that's what you do. You literally kill yourself and let that baby just stay there and hope somebody stumbles upon it before the baby dies.
Yeah.
That's the best you can do.
But she knew they were chasing her, so that's at least that.
Yeah.
Whew, yeah, it was a It was a good. I think it was the right way to end a season, not a series, because it's not the series finale, but that was a good season finale.
Yeah, I thought it was really strong too. It was a great, and I didn't see it coming, which I love more than anything. Yeah. You know.
So now what? You know, now they're what was great. I thought is that she's suspicious
right away, right?
So that's good. At least we're not going into the next season thinking that she has no idea. So maybe she has some idea that something's not right with the way they got out, because she was all knocked out through the whole thing. But
she trusts him with every bit of her being, which is so if he says he's not lying,
yeah.
You're right. It's always that little bit's always going to be in her, but it's also like, this is the guy who would give his life for me, so he wouldn't lie to me. So that's probably what she's thinking too.
Yeah, it's rough because you know when the other shoe drops, when she finds out.
Yeah.
But again, to save her life, I mean, she was going to be killed. They were going to kill her.
Which was really that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, you can't get it from the blood. Why do you need the brain? Like that never. That didn't
where it grew in the brain. I don't know.
That didn't make sense to me. I mean, you got to talk that out. You got to. My thing is, you give it a couple of tries with the blood.
Yeah.
First.
Try the blood a few times. Let's see where we go with that.
Right.
Yeah, brain the last resort. I mean, maybe they tried a few other ways, but she was
the
only one they knew of, right?
That's what I was going to ask you. Because he said she wasn't the only one, and they've tried it before. Was he making that up, or was he
made that up,
pulling some of the truth in there?
Well, we didn't see any others. I think he made that up to make her feel better about it not working. Because that was the excuse. He said it didn't work. They tried. They knocked you out. They tried. It didn't work, and we got overrun and left.
You still think she's the only one? You don't think there's others like her? I mean, I guess not. Now that they showed us how it happened, it's really improbable.
That's a rare occurrence. How does that happen? The mother has to get bit right before she gives birth. That's
right.
Insane. The odds of that are crazy. So I don't think there's. I mean, maybe there is a different way it could happen, but who knows?
I don't know.
What if Ellie bites someone?
Well, okay.
Someone.
Also, yes, I agree. At one point, she's touching her arm. Was it me, or was it spreading a bit more?
Oh, I don't know.
Because I felt like that mark on her arm has gotten bigger.
I didn't notice. I'm not sure. Good question.
You know,
maybe it just takes a very long time.
Maybe is she immune? Or clearly she's not immune. Like, I mean, I guess it's kind of immune, but is it just taking a really long time?
It's a good question. Yeah, I guess they don't know until they did whatever they were going to do.
Because it is in her, you know.
It is.
So, all right. I think we can save all the other ones for the next episode.
Save them.
Yeah, we've done a lot of time. All right, we got to get out of here.
All right.
Appreciate everybody though.
Yes, thank you everyone in the chat. You guys are awesome hanging out with us. Become a member. Got the join button down below. Become an AOA hole. Pick your level. 3 different levels. Appreciate anyone that you choose. And who knows? Maybe we'll bring it. We got the 420 show coming up. Can't wait for that one. That's gonna be fun.
That's gonna be a lot of fun. Let me ask you a question, Frank. If Elon built his city on rock and roll, would that change your perception of it? Thanks to Good Dog Motovlog for that line.
Great question. I mean, it made me rethink the whole thing. I'll give you that.
You'd have to think about it, right?
I'd have to at least think about it again.
Marconi, what does he do? Makes the mambo? I forget what it is.
What if what if it's Paradise City and we take him down there?
All good questions. All questions we will debate on the next episode. Have a great day, everybody. We'll catch you on Wednesday. Bye, Frank.
Bye. I don't think we're going to hit the mark this time.
Close enough.
Okay.
Show me potato salad.
Can't hit them all.
Maybe we should go now.
Go ahead.